Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. I just want to touch base. I'm laughing because if you look in the back, over there, right there, you can see my Rock'em Sock'em robots. I didn't quite plan that out, but there it is. Anyway, I just want to touch base with you guys. A couple of things. Number one, I've been reading something that's coming back to me over and over is just the power of our habits. That's one of the reasons we have our four commitments here at the church. We believe commitment to worship, mission, learning, and relationships, those habits, those practices that we do actually shape us. And I was reading in Luke 4, and it talked about Jesus in Nazareth going up to the synagogue on the Sabbath, as was his custom. And maybe one of the reasons I'm thinking about it is because through this COVID thing, a lot of our customs and our habits have been disrupted. Things that we did normally, we do differently now, which isn't always a bad thing. But also, I think during our downtime, we've probably picked up some new habits and doing something. Maybe we're spending more time in front of a screen or whatever it may be. But I just think as we are moving into this return to normal, hopefully, it's a good time for us to think about the habits that shape us, what we have laid down because of the break in our routine, and what are we going to pick up. And I would just encourage you as you go through this transition back to more normal pace, maybe coming back to church in the future. We're planning that right now. Um, that you would think about the habits that are important instead of just falling back into the ruts of what we always did and our speed and our pace and the things that we kept important to think about. Jesus' custom was to go up to the synagogue on the Sabbath, and that shaped who he became. And the things that we do repeatedly, um, the ways we spend our time, the habits and the activities that we engage in, those things will shape us one way or the other. We will be formed spiritually for good or for ill by the way we spend our time and by the things that we do. And so this has been kind of a pause or a reset button for a lot of us. And I would encourage you to take advantage of that. Um, we're doing that. Jake's rethinking how we run programs here for youth and children at the church, and I'm rethinking how we're doing ministry. We're not sure what it's going to look like as we start bringing back small groups, and how long will it be till we bring everybody back? We don't know, but we want to embrace things in the future. We want that will shape us to be like Jesus. So I would encourage you just to spend some time reflecting on that. What are the things that have been disrupted in your life, and as they come back to normal, what will you pick up? And how will it shape you? And also, during the break, if you've picked up some habits that aren't really productive or aren't really helpful in making you more like Jesus, then how can you lay those down? Just some food for thought. In regards to coming back to church, you do know June 7th, we're starting limited in-house seating. We can have up to 50 people. We will be socially distant inside of church, and right now we're probably going to ask that you wear a mask for the singing. If some of you are good at making masks, we'd love to have 50 of those that we could wash in week to week. The singing is the issue because you project those droplets out into the air and they stay there. That's kind of the most contagious thing we could do when we're here. So we would ask that you wear a mask while we sing. Maybe it'll make our singing better. Who knows? Maybe it'll make it worse. But we just want to be really safe and wise as we come back together. And Jake and I are calling through, once we have the list of people that want to come initially, we'll figure out when and how often you can come. And Christine will be in touch with you about that. But we do look forward to seeing you face to face. We will keep the live stream up. We do need volunteers with tech and video and audio, especially now that we can have a few more people in the building. It would be nice to be training some people to take over a lot of this work that Sig and Reed have shouldered for weeks and weeks and weeks, for which we're very appreciative. But we will keep that going. We need some volunteers. So, if you're wondering, maybe that's me, I think it's you. Get in touch with us. Let us know. We love you guys, and we can't wait to see you. And just think about your customs. What is it that you're doing? Because what you are doing repeatedly will shape who you become. And one of the things we're excited about is starting to get back together and making that a custom that we worship together in this place. Until then, we worship where we are. We follow our rhythms of worship, and we let Christ shape us into the image of Jesus. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.